Hey, what's up, assholes? The rebuild of Evangelion Man 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Cash Cow is the fourth fucking movie in a long fucking running series of shitty goddamn cartoon parodies of the 1990s cult fucking masterpiece Neon Genesis Evangelion, which I must say is a tad odd, because these shitty goddamn soulless fucking cash grab parody films are made by the same goddamn person that made the first one good. Now the one thing everyone knows about Neon Genesis is that the small celestial man that created it is a self-proclaimed hardcore otaku, and therefore safe to assume is slightly autistic, and oh yes, hates himself passionately. Well, where do I fucking sign? Mr. Ono has given the whole shitty world a reason to dislike him. He pulled a goddamn Walt fucking Disney and the little bastard got away with it. The so-called rebuilds of Evangelion seek to do just that, but the problem with rebuilding something that's already complete is that you just wind up tearing down the original in the process. I mean, for fuck's sake, Hideaki Anno, what a big goddamn waste of time. Not to mention talent. He should have spent that precious time making more goddamn masterpieces like that one goddamn Godzilla movie he goddamn made, but no, back to remaking the same show for the rest of fucking time. Congratulations. These cinematic abortions were an apocalyptic scam from the very start. The first pointless movie was just the first few episodes of the show, but in widescreen, and with most of the important characterization removed. Wow. Great job rebuilding Evangelion. Those episodes were in such a dire need of being made worse. The second movie is a big clusterfuck of nothing whatsoever. There's a lot of big cool robot fights and then the world ends. Woo fucking woo. How spectacular and epic. I fail to see what any of this has to do with Evangelion. And then there's the third movie. And what a movie. A masterpiece of shit the likes of which the loathsome fucking dung-eater could be proud of. But even so, children on the spectrum were quick to defend its self-satisfied mockery of the story and characters on the notion that all this bullshit would be miraculously explained in the fourth movie. Flash forward 40 goddamn years and the fourth movie is finally out. The great big damn ending that supposedly justifies these heinous films and brings the story full circle, and colored me fucking shocked. I honestly could not think of a more appropriate ending to one of the greatest science fiction stories ever written, all in impossibly beautiful hand-drawn animation. Oh wait, I was thinking of the actual end of Evangelion. The one that was literally fucking called the end of Evangelion because this fucking story was finished in the 90s. And at risk of surprising nobody, Eva 3.5 sucks balls. Oh, and is it just me? Or is that the dumbest goddamn title for a movie of all fucking time, right above Halloween Kills? Well, if it isn't my two favorite things, pretentious and necessary subtitles, and basic fucking math. At the start of the film, Shinji reverts back to being a useless depressive cunt, even though he was ready to kick everything's ass in the second and third films, but now he's an actual fucking limp noodle, all because his cosmic boyfriend blew his own face off with an exploding color like a dumb fagot or some shit. Thanks to this, the first hour of this climactic conclusion to the Evangelion franchise is spent in a boring shanty town where everyone but Shinji seems to be having the time of their lives farming and having babies and shit, despite living in the post-apocalypse. And wouldn't you know, of course all of our favorite supporting characters just happen to be alive and well here, farming corn and eating some spinach and having a grand old time. What in the fuck was even the big deal about the fourth impact at the end of the last movie? It doesn't even seem all that fucking serious. Ray is playing Animal Crossing with the locals for fuck's sake. Take your goddamn sappy slice of life bullshit and fly to the moon. This is the motherfucking season finale and we're still dicking around on Herschel's farm. So anyway, Shinji does what any reasonable person would have to do to enjoy this shit and turns his brain off. If only I could possess such extraordinary power. Even though they're basically in the Garden of Goddamn Eden, the little shit refuses to eat. What follows is an uncomfortably lengthy scene in which Shinji is violently raped in the mouth by adored pirate Asuka, who is still 15 years old by the way despite being like fucking 30 chronologically. Well, that's just great. Now I look like a goddamn degenerate as well. So this traumatic experience sends Shinji into an even deeper state of retardation, to the point he's sitting in one goddamn spot for multiple days on end like a fucking Buddhist monk. Meanwhile, Black Suit Ray is being an anime character when she witnesses a woman breastfeeding an infant. Ray is so enamored with the concept of lactation that she proceeds to fondle her own breasts for much longer than what would have been considered comfortable, which would have been not at all. She spends the next 20 fucking minutes wandering the map talking to all the NPCs before discovering Shinji still in that same fucking spot. She confesses her love to him and then explodes into orange Fanta. What the fuck? They were so gosh darn determined to piss me off, that they even lifted animation cuts directly from End of Eva. Talk about lazy. You took 11 goddamn years to make a shitty movie and the one you made in half the time 20 years ago still looks better. But hey, that's only an objective and arguable fact. I think there was also some shit about a time loop and Korra being gay on the moon, but to be frank I was blind during that part because I had clawed my eyes out around the time Daddy Gando removed his visor to reveal that his face was a glowing Jesus cross, and then whatever the fuck this is, it's the most hideous fucking thing I've ever seen. So what we've learned is that Hideaki Anno hates his fans way more than he hates himself and so made the goofiest possible version of Evangelion imaginable second only to a live-action Netflix adaptation, which I just know is fucking next you scum-sucking price-gouging parasites. After you're finished raping the corpse of Steins Gate and the last airbender you're gonna come for Eva, and then this whole shit starts all over again. No fucking thanks assholes. Kill me.